Alright folks, just a quick update. As some of y'all know, I'm hitchhiking from Flagstaff to South Dakota. Sioux Falls, South Dakota is where I'm going. Meet a friend of mine that I've known for a couple of years, or for a few years. We're both YouTubers. And I'm Life of the Traveler on my YouTube channel, and he's SD Mountain Man on his YouTube channel. So go check out his YouTube channel. He's got some cool videos out there. He's also on TikTok, but I think he's got more on YouTube than he does TikTok. And unlike me, I think he's got Facebook. I know he's got, or does he have Instagram? Now I can't remember if he has Instagram. I got Instagram. I'm Scott Emery on Instagram. And let me get this one out of the way. If you want to buy with Scott here some coffee, I do have a Cash App that is connected to this channel. Go check that out, please. I love coffee. It wakes me up. And gives me the energy to keep going too. For you guys on TikTok, I'm not able to get it to be a clickable thing, but my Cash App username's right there. So if you got Cash App, that'd be appreciated. Like I said, I love coffee. But anyways, here's the update. So far, the rides have been pretty good. Once I was way outside Flagstaff, basically on Neville Reservation, the rides got great. Very friendly people on the reservation. It took me a minute because Flagstaff is Flagstaff, and I'm never going through there again, like I got to say about it. It was a tough state to get, tough place to get out of in the first place. Everybody seems to have a nose up in the air over there. So I'm just kind of like, whatever, I'm finished with Flagstaff this time around. First two times it was kind of tough, but it's gotten tougher. So, once I was still in Arizona, and I was able to get out 160 through rides. I took 89 at first. I didn't follow the Google directions. I kind of had to look at a map. And the reason being, Google directions already had me going the wrong direction, and they had me going on 4 service roads. I don't mind through hikes, but I'm not a through hiker to begin with. I gotta make sure I can eat, which means I want to stay close to towns. I know a little bit about foraging, but I don't have to want to go out there and do that kind of thing. Listen, this backpack is awful. I'm hoping it makes it to South Dakota. It's starting to fall apart on me. As long as it don't get too big of a hole with it, or rip, or the strap falls off. I'm not sure what's going to happen first, but hopefully it waits until I meet the person I'm meeting here. Because he's got a backpack and a little bit of stuff waiting on me. So I get to 160. Hitchhiked to 160 for a few days. I got some rides, mind you. And anyways, in fact, this is my 4th day into it. 160, of course. I get picked up. The guy says I can get you closer to Colorado, but it means I'm gonna get you up to the Utah. And I was like, cool, I've been in Utah before. It's kind of a tough state to get out once you're in it, but especially if you're hitchhiking. He goes, I can understand that you still want to go. And I said, yes, especially if you get closer to Colorado. And he did. Cortez, Colorado was the next place I was after. But I was in Utah filming it, not getting no rides, mind you. I finally caught a short distance ride. Basically, he was going home. All it amounted to was maybe 4 or 5, maybe 6 blocks at most. And I thanked him. I was like, I'll take what I can get. Short distance rides included. I've been given a ride to the next street. That's how far that person got me that one time. I was like, cool. But anyways, I went on. And another guy pulls over, and I did what I normally do. Said hi, he didn't say nothing. Went for his back door and pulled it, and I thought he forgot to knock. He said no. I was like, no, why did you stop then? And it kind of caught me off guard, and that's what kind of flew out my mouth. I mean, I'm tired, which makes me kind of irritable at times. And I probably sounded tired and irritable. It was hot outside too, so that doesn't help matters either. And anyways, you'll have to excuse, I'm in a recreational center here. That's where I took my shower at. But anyways, and also I'm currently in Durango, Colorado. About 300-something miles away from Flagstaff. If you look on Google, that's what Google says. If you look on Google Maps, it says 200-something miles, so take your pick. I'm sticking on 300-something miles. I trust Google more than I do Google Maps. They know it's the same thing. You know what I'm talking about. I Googled it. And then I Googled it on Google Maps. I don't trust Google Maps for nothing. But anyways, I wish these kids would stop screaming. That'd be nice. And concentrate on this video. But anyways, he kind of looked at me. He acted like I thought he was acting like he wanted me for a ride. And you guys know me, I don't beg for nothing. So I walked off. He pulls up, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I don't have $5 to give you." And I went on. I was done with it. I was like, "You're wanting $5 I don't have for gas money. I'm sorry, but it's time for me to get down there. I'm trying to get out of Utah. It's hot. I just want to get in the car out." Well, he didn't like that, and he basically threatened to stop me. He knew when I let him yell. I just kept on walking. As long as he don't try to lay hands on me, we're all right. So I tried thumbing it some more as I'm walking. Turned around, heard the car, didn't think nothing of it. Which I gotta start looking back because I found a few cops too doing that when I heard them pulling up behind me, and they just kept on going. Thankfully, they didn't mess with me. I think it's really what the state police you gotta deal with when you really stick out your thumb on the cops. But I saw whose car it was he pulled. I thought, man, this man is trying to mess with me. I really hope he don't want to fight with me. But instead of doing that, he basically said, "Come on, man." And I'm like, okay. So I open his door. I go in and tell him, he's explaining himself. I was like, "I took something on you that I had no right to do it, and I apologize." Apparently he had done some work when he was supposed to get paid a lot of money that day, and he didn't. And so he has really no money to give me a ride. But because he felt bad, he gave me a ride. And I apologized to him walking off. I told him, like, honestly, I thought you wanted me to beg for that ride, and I don't beg. He goes, "I can understand that, 'cause I don't beg for shit either." He was kind of a rough individual. Like, he told me his life story, been in prison, whatnot, been in some trouble. I'm not going to really describe it too much to him, but he basically gave me his number after we got to where he could take me. And said, "If you ever need anything, you're back through these parts, you just call me." He gave me his number. And that was cool. So after all that, it turned out it was pretty cool. I mean, he made me nervous at first. After he explained it, because I threw my backpack in the back section. Left the door open, but he acted like he was going to take off the door open. I went to grab my stuff, and it turns out he was just trying to get more over. And as he was talking, I realized, yeah, he was rough around the edges, but he was a cool dude. Once you got over that, didn't scare me too bad along the way. His driving was kind of not too erratic. He was having a couple beers, probably more than a couple, but it wasn't drunk. Probably buzzed at most, but it calmed him down, so I was like, whatever. And he was trying to hold even me as I got to do the speed limit. I've been drinking. I got up in there, and he offered me something like, "No," and I joked around. "I don't need to be tipsy on the side of the road on an empty stomach." And I get in traffic doing it. He laughed at me. But he got me to the next town. So I'm walking. I got me some water there at the gas station. They've been pretty friendly about water and gas station no matter where I'm at. They ready to got a sink, or sometimes at those fountains, they have at their generator, maybe their fruit punch and get some water out. I asked them discolored water because I actually got the fruit punch. I had a flavored drink. And I was like, cool, nice to have flavor into the water. I didn't mean to. No one said anything, just a little bit. So I hit it a couple of times. So I figured out how not to hit it. But he did tattoos too. I want you to look how dry my arms are for the sun. My ears kind of caught it too, but that's alright. Yeah, I'm very dry. I'm gonna get some lotion or something. I had some got rid of it, I never used lotion. One thing about it, you guys remember how far my stomach stuck out? It's still sticking out not as far as it was. I've lost some weight, which also what I was after. And I can walk for miles now without going, I think I'm dying. I still keep a slow pace, just kind of pace myself. There's no sense of being hurried, falling over a heart attack. I'm 49 after all. But so far, everything's great. With that, with my health and everything, besides dry skin. So he got me to where I needed to be. I'm rambling here, sorry. But he got me where I needed to be at the time. I'm still not in Cortez, Colorado, but now I'm in Colorado through that ride. And that's when he gave me the number. I was at the gas station. He tore off a piece of paper, and like I said, he goes, if you're ever through this area again, just give me a call. And I'll hook you up. And I was like, cool. But anyways, parted ways. And then a gentleman gave me a ride. I think it was a older gentleman. He got me into Cortez. I sat at a gas station, had a couple peanut butter sandwiches, got bread and peanut butter. Well, I got peanut butter now. I got different food in my bag. I didn't put no bread in there this time around. And I was able to do that because some lady asked me how I was doing. I said, Greg, she asked me if I needed anything. I said, not really. And I was thinking, if you got some old hot dogs, I wouldn't mind having that. I can keep that for a while. Before it goes bad on me because they're already cooked. And anyways, I teased her, and then she got a shower beside that gas station. I really don't need anything. She laughed at me. She took the trash dumpster and then slipped me a 20. And I must have sit there for God knows how long. People just stare at me while I'm just resting. And I finally got out of there. I was there for like an hour or two. To the point that I should have left a long time ago. It was starting to get dark. Well, I had to get on the wrong side of the road. But before I did, I ran into another one. Some native dude wearing nothing but black in the dark on the side of the road. Maybe he should have been on the other side because I did that eventually where you can see the cars coming. And that's what I do when it gets dark. When I'm walking in the dark, I'm getting on the other side. That way I can see what's coming. They want to swerve, at least I see it coming. I can at least try to get out of the way. But he had his back turned and did that number real quick to the car. And I'm like, you're never going to catch a ride doing that. When I turn around, I stick my arm right out there and I throw my thumb out. And they know what I want when I'm doing it. This guy was just, I'm like, yeah, you're not going to catch a ride doing that. It's better to turn around for those that never hitchhiked. Go ahead and throw out your thumb. Put on your best looking face. Try not to look too mean. I do kind of have a look to me, according to people. And if you can smile, smile. I usually don't smile too much, so I do, but I don't show my teeth. They're not the best of shapes. I just don't show my teeth. But anyways, next thing I know is I did eventually have to go on the wrong side of the road. Don't for a place that it did get dark on me. It was getting dark. And some lady, she gets in that lane on my shoulder, facing me. And my first thought was, what are you doing? And how much trouble am I in? I didn't know what was going on. And she rode down her windows. I had no choice but to approach the car. And she rode down her window and asked me if we needed a ride. I was like, it's dark outside, and that's being a woman, but yeah, no, I'm harmless, but I was kind of surprised by it. And she got me into some rinky-dink town with one gas station that does not sell road atlas for nothing. And I was at the road atlas at the time. I didn't find this out until morning. The gas station was one of those gas stations that does close during nighttime. Anyhow, she gave me a 20. She tried to give me a melted ice cream thing. And I was melting so bad I kept it in the pack. She'd been in the car for a while. And I got my beard. I was doing this before I put on my pants. She laughed at me. Played religious me. She asked me what kind of music I like. I said, it's about anything. And I think I mentioned some people being religious that raised me, especially my mom. And anyhow, that's what she did on religious music, kind of rock and roll stuff. Because I like anything. I like Rob Zombie's on his music, depending on what it is. I think he asked something about killing somebody. It got a bit a little too much with the killing somebody. I'm not into that. And I said rap. Again, it depends on what the rap. I do not call this sex and the drugs that go with rap. So I basically don't listen to rap. If it's gangsta or sexual, I just don't listen to it. Your sex life is none of my business. That's how I feel about when I have to get to listen to rap and people are listening. Like, I don't care. But anyways, I'm rambling. I'm sorry. I keep on rambling about things. But basically, by the time I was done, I thought I was a big U2 fan. She said, who? I said, U2. You know, Bones, Edge, Adam, Larry, the drummer, the leader of the band. Anyway, she knew who I was talking about, but not a big fan of her, and I seem to be the only one who likes U2. So, she got me down the road into that rinky-dink town. got in front of the gas station, and now I looked for a place to sleep. I didn't sleep too far away. There was a fire department that had filled, and I was surrounded by trees. So I was able to get in the trees and that filled with tall grass and stay hidden. I think saw somebody get me up this morning, but they didn't do nothing if they did see me. There was a truck. Man standing there, and I think he was going to walk towards me, but he got back in the truck and took off. So I don't know where he wasn't supposed to be there. He just didn't care that I was there. But I made a point to get out of there after that. I was like, I don't know if he was causing trouble and I wasn't a part of it, or he just was there because he was supposed to be there, but whichever, I'm getting out of here. I didn't go too far. Had got $40. I went to a store that was next door where I was at. Got some more food from my backpack. That $40 went quick. It did. I got down my last $2 because of it. Then went back to the. I still had a little bit of money, though, more than $2 when I went back to that gas station. I thought it was there at nighttime. That's when they had a road map and atlas. We don't sell those. Alright, the only gas station in this town you guys don't sell road atlas on this busy road. So I took off hitchhiking. Wasn't getting no rides. It was to the point where I was taking breaks and sticking on my phone. And this old man with all kinds of stories. I mean, he was definitely an old timer. He was discussing back how I was when he was a kid. He goes, this used to be a dirt road you're on. I can remember spending time with my grandfather and my great-grandfather both. And we spent time in these mountains, and you can't even do that no more without having to worry about being trespassing. In fact, he told me, that was his grandfather, great-grandfather that owned 800 acres worth of land. And he goes, the only part I can remember is right where that building is. They used to not be there. My grandfather didn't fill up that building. And you can see what's still below this business and apartments and whatnot. And I said, yeah, times are changing. And he kind of looked at me. I could tell he didn't like the times were changing. And he was one of those, he kind of reminded me of Chris Starks. He had that nice look to him, but he smoked. So I figured if he's going forward there, at least he's enjoying life doing it. He goes, I'm getting tools. I forgot to. He'd already left the ring, but he forgot some tools. And that's the only reason he was going back to the ring. He saw me. He goes, it's too hot to walk out there. But I can't believe you're walking. And he admitted he tried to ride a bicycle himself. And he was on a 10-speed. I had my brother come back and pick me up with a good handle. And I said, yeah, I used to try doing a bike with all the flat tires in the world. And the uphill will kill you. But basically, I'm pushing the bike uphill where I'm pushing it because I got a flat tire. I got tired of it and went back to hitchhiking. So, like I said, I'm currently in Durango because he did get me here, dropped me off at McDonald's. Also, I got a backpack and dog. He went inside the same McDonald's. It did not have a place to charge my phone. But then I also bought myself breakfast to save on the traveling food while I'm not in the middle of nowhere. It's like I normally do. There is no such thing as dollar menu no more. I think I can get a dollar soda at Burger King, which I might do. I was going to go to the library, but I think I got a picture that day that my last ride, or last night, I left my notepad. And I went to the library in Flagstaff, looked at the map I got discussed with the Google Maps. I found they had a current map, 2016 map, or I'm sorry, 2026 map. And I was like, cool. So I wrote down my own directions, like 89 north, 160 east. Of course, that side trip to Utah, which it bit me closer, but I was able to get back 160. And I remember parts of it, but I don't remember the whole thing. But stupid me, because I was tired. And I was showing her what town I was actually going to change highways next. Onto a state road, I believe, or some kind of road, road 10, I don't know. It didn't say what it was, it said 10. It didn't, you know the markers and maps for U.S. highways and interstates. And sometimes those roads have circles. This one didn't have it, it said 10. So it might be a dirt road. Now the only reason I'm taking that 160 in that particular town, I cannot remember the name to it right at the moment. It takes me over into the Jonta. And I think I have to get back on 160 yet? No. I changed highways, but I don't remember. If I can find a way to stay the heck out of Nebraska I'm going to, that's another tough place to go to, because they ain't got woods. There's nothing but cornfields and farming land. And I slept in a few cornfields in the state of Ohio and Nebraska. And if you want to ask me how I hitchhiked to Nebraska on highways, don't call the police in Ohio. The heartbeat is straight or thumb out. But, and this is 20-minute video with me rambling. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it off. As you guys know, this is Durango. I'm going to spend the night here. Hopefully just get some clothes. Took a shower and all that, so I'm feeling pretty good. This is a 20-minute update, 18 seconds. So TikTok and YouTube, I'm out there. If you guys wish to buy me a cup of coffee, TikTok, you can't click on it. I don't know why. Because I know to get that app up there, or the link up there for some reason there like I wanted to. You can find it in my bio. It has my Cash App username. If you guys feel like buying me a cup of coffee, you'd greatly appreciate it. I do love my coffee. Keeps me going. And I did buy instant with some of the money I had. Another thing, it is clickable on my YouTube channel. So if you guys want to click on those that have Cash App, it'd be greatly appreciated. Plus, I do more than just buy coffee. It kind of keeps with the supplies, the food, and whatnot that I might need for the trip. But anyways, and also, I'm working on a video about the trip. I can't upload it yet. I'm not going to upload it until I get the SD Mountain Man. I'm going to try to get him involved with the last part of the video. And if it's on Friday, he likes to do it fired up Fridays. But I don't know yet how that's going to work. Because I may not get there on Friday. Who knows? That might be a fired up Monday. It'll be my idea to fire it up. I've never done one of those videos. But anyways, I'm out there. I'm rambling. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye TikTok, bye YouTube. Thanks for the support, folks.